Does your student have any of these symptoms today or in the last 14 days?
No, he doesn't.
Oh, great. Okay, we'll see you later. Thank you. Great. 98.4.
Great, guys. So during this, you're going to get out of your car, you're going to have your masks on, and the first thing we're going to do is a health screening. So we're going to take a time where your parents are going to stay parked and answer a couple of quick questions, like have you had any of the following symptoms? Then you will have your temperature taken and make sure that you are not over a certain level that would designate you to having a fever. Once that's all taken care of and we can ensure that you're safe and then there's no issues, then you'll be done with the screening and we'll move on to check-in. Check-in is a really important part of the night because it's going to help us determine who's here for safety protocols and other elements. So it's really important that you go from your health screening area to check-in, where you'll have an iPad and someone who will help you get checked in. Now, if you're a new student, you'll fill out a new card, take care of a couple of pieces of information, and ensure that we have everything we would need. This is for safety precautions, for making sure that if there's an emergency or an evacuation, and also just for our general records to ensure that everyone who's here is underneath our care. So you'll go from a health screening area to a check-in area where someone will assist you and make sure that you're checked in for the evening. And then you'll head inside.
Hi everyone, spread out. Everyone spread as far as you can in Ridgeview, in the auditorium, take up the whole space.
So one of the challenges that we have with COVID is to ensure that we are socially distanced. And so we will have a time of welcoming where we are screening people and checking people in. And during that time, that welcome period, we want to ensure that people are socially distanced. And so we're going to utilize all of the auditorium and all of Ridgeview and all of the foyer area. On a normal night of the Ridge, most people would come in and just hang out in big clumps in the foyer. This time we'll have somebody stationed to help us separate and spread throughout, so that way we can still have time talking with our friends and obeying the certain socially distanced guidelines. And then after that, after our welcome time, we will have our lesson.
Okay guys, it's time for lesson. Everyone head in, find a piece of paper, and you can sit at your piece of paper.
So on a night at the Ridge, one of the things that we're trying to ensure during our lesson or during other things is to obey COVID restrictions. And one of the restrictions is to make sure that we're socially distanced even when we're inside. And so what we will have is we will have pieces of paper laid out on the chairs throughout the auditorium so that students can find a seat on the piece of paper. They will be separated from other people surrounding them to ensure safety, but the end goal is still to provide an opportunity for you to learn, to grow, to build relationships. So what you'll do is you'll come in for the lesson and you will just find a piece of paper. You make sure that that's where your seat is, and that says, I can sit here, you sit here, you can take notes, study, and then prepare for the lesson that most likely I will be presenting and preparing for the evening. And then after that, we'll head to life groups.
Okay, everyone find your life group leaders and head to your life group rooms.
Life groups will be separated by grade and gender. So for example, if I'm a 7th grade boy, I will be partnered up with other 7th grade boys. Or if I'm a 12th grade girl, I will be with other 12th grade girls. Now what we'll have is life group designated areas. And so you'll have a room or two that you are designated to be in for some time of discussion. Now, when you get to your life group room, you can enter in, and while you're there with your leader, we'll have socially distanced chairs, and we will always keep that number underneath 10 people gathering for your life group. And so when it's under the number 10 and you are socially distanced, you are allowed to take your masks and move them down or take them off. As soon as you stand up, or as soon as you're moving spaces, or as soon as you move those chairs, you must put that mask right back on. But what this will do is it'll give us a chance in our life groups to have honest, vulnerable, open discussion with other students that shows our emotions and complexities and all those other things while enjoying just a chance to catch our breath and take off our masks a little bit. But as soon as you get up and as soon as you close that gap and you're no longer socially distanced, you must wear the mask. So just in that specific area, you will be able to take off your masks, have some discussion, and enjoy conversation with other people in your grade as you discuss things like life, the lesson, relationships, and other things that you're processing as a whole. Then after life groups, we will head over to the activity center for some structured community. Thank you. On a Sunday night, we'll have structured community here in the activity center. You will be required to wear your mask, but we are planning to have games and events that don't require a ton of physical activity. Another thing that we'll be providing are gloves when necessary. So for example, if we were to do something like 9 square, or play a game of Nukem, or a volleyball, or something like that, you can have and you will have to wear a pair of gloves to ensure that we're not passing back and forth an object that have been touched by multiple people. But one of the cool things that we're gonna work on is making sure that our structured community time builds community. So it'll be a great time to have conversations, to spend time with friends, especially recognizing that so many of you won't have that opportunity consistently throughout the week with all the different hybrid school models. So this is a great chance for you to build relationships, to have a good time, and to take this chance to just have great conversation. Then after that, we will have dismissal.
Hey guys, thanks so much for coming out tonight. It's 8 o'clock. Your parents are waiting for you. Let's head out.
At 8 o'clock, the night is over, and you will just head outside, find your family, and ensure that you have a safe travel home.
Bye-bye. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you. And that is a night at the Ridge.